welcome to yet another edition of the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Last evening, everybody was kind of glued to their tellies or their internet connections or whatever way that you wish to check up on Super Tuesday. Did my candidate get a chance to get in there and really do what I hoped he or she would do? I'm Phil Taylor Jones, your host, and we're going to jump into Super Wednesday right now. Yes, it is Wednesday, the day after, and for the Democrats, as pretty much figured, Slithery Clinton took the top seat, and for the Republicans, as pretty much figured, Donald Trump took center stage. It was interesting to see the numbers kind of climb up, and you're kind of hoping for your guy or your girl if you're a Democrat, and to see everything kind of fall in place. I was very, very happy to see the Donald take this top spot, because I am very much looking forward to him getting in the White House. Whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to having him in there. Him in there as a Republican, him in there as a non-political muckety-muck that could possibly help this country, and as he says, make it great again. Him in there as just a fresh, new approach to getting this country where it needs to be without necessarily having a politician at the helm, because having politicians in there has gotten us nowhere fast. $20 trillion in debt, no jobs, big corporations leaving, hungry people on the streets, veterans not taken care of, a stupid jackass in there at present who cares for nothing more than the degradation of this nation by any means necessary. It's time for him to go. Everybody knows that. The thing that really puzzles me to no end is the theme that sort of permeated last night's proceedings. Now, I don't know what you may have watched, whether it be PBS or Newsmax or CNN or Fox or whoever. But there was one theme that seemed to have permeated last night's proceedings: how to get rid of Donald Trump. And was it by the Democrats? No. By his supposed own party. The administration of the Republicans are hell-bent on getting rid of this man. They're even preening and priming certain people to get rid of him. Marco Rubio, who is one of the most disgusting human beings, I don't even want to call him a human being, is so down on the Trump man. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse with him, with his little stupid smile, here comes this Rafael Cruz. Ooh, boy. I am, I hope I don't go off the rails here when talking about this luciferous bastard. I watched him after he took the 2 or 3 states that he took. The first words out of his mouth were against Trump. And then he kept on for about maybe 1 or 2 teardowns of Trump. And then he pulled a nice nasty. Oh, I congratulate Donald Trump on his win. Yeah, after you ripped the guy to shreds. And then, did you catch that every time he said something? Oh, God. I'm so happy that I paid a good price for our telly. because I wanted to throw something at it so badly that my hands were aching. But I kept thinking of, the big price that we spent for it. And, I don't want to have to try to go out and buy another one. But I wanted to literally throw something at the television. That guy was so disgusting. Such an ass that it defies logic. He lied on the man, just blatantly lied on the Trump man, saying that there was this supposed tape by the New York Times that said Trump supposedly said, I just was faking what I said about immigration. I don't really care about that. They can stay over here. I don't care. Release the tape. The American people have a right to know. The American people have a right to know that you are one class A1 jackass. Rafael. He went on to say that Trump was for Planned Parenthood. Well, so am I, and in this way. Planned Parenthood has done wonderful things for women's health issues. Breast cancer, cervical cancer, hysterectomies, tumors, women going through the change, menopausal issues, women's health issues. If the pregnant mother is having problems with her birth that are non-threatening to the baby or non-threatening to the mother, Planned Parenthood has been there to help with that. Am I for what Planned Parenthood was involved in with the donating of baby tissues or fetal tissues or what have you? Hell no, that's disgusting. Am I for Planned Parenthood for abortions? Hell no, that's disgusting. It's criminal. Having an abortion is not a health issue. It's a choice. It's a solution to a mistake that a woman makes and she wants to do damage control. It's the murder of a child. And whoever doesn't agree with me or maybe will want to dislike me because of my stance, I couldn't give a tiny rat's ass. A child conceived has the right to be born. There should be adoption, not abortion. Everybody slips up every now and then. You don't, wear a condom or you don't take the pill and you get pregnant. Why should you have to kill that little child? Okay, I don't want this baby. I can't take care of this baby. I'm not old enough to be a mother. Or I just don't want to be a mother. Oh, go kill the kid. Have the kid, bring him to term. Well, not in that order. You bring him to term, then have him. And then give him up for adoption. There are lots of loving parents out there who are dying to have a kid but possibly can't. If you don't think it's murder, then why is it that when a pregnant mother is killed, and the child dies too, they charge the bastard that killed her with a double homicide? Think about that thing. The Donald sees the good in the organization. It needs to be cleaned up, yes. But to totally obliterate the thing, no. And this stupid Rafael Cruz, oh, he wants to keep Obamacare. No, he doesn't. Oh, he's connected with the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, he's connected with the mafia. Oh, he's the reason the Twin Towers came down. Oh, he shot Abraham Lincoln. Oh, he's the one that was the cause of the Big Bang Theory. Oh, Donald Trump is the reason we don't have dinosaurs anymore. Oh, Donald Trump is the reason the earth flooded for 40 days and 40 nights. You want to put everything on Donald Trump. Why? Because he wants to change this thing. He's not the establishment like you are, Rafael. Why American people, citizens, white folks, want to go against this white man, rich white man too. Yeah, I'm playing the race card. I don't understand it. In favor of what? Two foreigners? Two foreigners. You'll go against the Trump man, who's one, proven that he can run a business. Like I said, you don't make 10, 15 billion dollars or whatever it is sitting on your hands. Oh, he doesn't have that much money. He's lying to the American people. He doesn't have that much money. As I said before, this man is running for president of the United States, just as all of them are. Every nook and cranny of this man's life is been poked, prodded, and whatever. And if they find a discrepancy, ain't nobody gonna know it but us, because they're happy to tell it, especially these news whores. Let the man get in there and have a chance. Because if you're downing him, then what are your choices? These two foreigners? Rafael's eligibility is questioned because he was born and raised up in Canada. And this pitiful Rubio, I wouldn't trust that guy to be a president of a rubbish pickers society. He's disgusting. And so is that Rafael. Put them in the garbage can, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you put either one of them in office, you're going to have more trouble than you would with Hillary Clinton, because she is them and they are her. They are just as disgusting as she is. The only difference between them and Slithery is they're not being investigated by the FBI. And I will say something on that note. I'm going to drift over to the the Democrats now. Slithery Clinton. Oh, well, the FBI is after her. The FBI ain't worth a crock of crap. They are inept. They used to be a pretty good organization, but they aren't now. Unless you're a regular citizen. Now, I find it strange that the FBI got involved in a little kid who placed some emoticons on something she had online. She had a bomb, a gun, and a knife or something up there. Oh, they're all up in her face, wanting to prosecute her kid. But Slithery done everything under the sun, but exploded the sun with a nuclear bomb. And, oh, well, we're going to get her. Oh, well, she's going to be indicted. Yeah, right. That cow is probably going to end up being your next president. Nothing touches her. She's got Teflon on her ass. Nothing sticks. And every dig that they take against the Trump man pushes her just a little further to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. At the Democrats' end? No. At their own party. The man should have remained an independent. They're going to kick him around like this. What are they afraid of? I want to see the man get in office. I really do. I'm sick of what this country has become. And I don't care how much Michael and this stupid Rafael go against him. The numbers speak for themselves. I think Michael only pulled one state, and this other piece of crap pulled maybe 2 or 3. Trump's got the rest and gone. And I hope he keeps on keeping on. And Trump, man, if you're listening, when you go to the debates day after, tomorrow, actually. When you go to those debates, and I know that Megan Smelly is going to be there, and these 2 foreign pieces of crap, don't let either one of these bastards put you in a trick bag. You are Donald J. Trump. You've been in that boardroom I don't know how many times in your life, and you've come out the victor. You're a savvy businessman. You're smarter than they are. You're richer than they are. You're more intelligent than they are. Show it. Don't let them jam you up. Rise above those bastards. Show them what you're working with. show them what you're working with. We have faith in you. As you said, yours isn't a campaign, it's a movement. They said, oh, why is Chris Christie? I couldn't understand why Chris Christie introduced him. And then he was standing right in back of him. What was that about? Are you bloody stupid? Oh, and then, you just see that? He pushed him. He pushed him. As they were going off the stage, he pushed him. Oh, my God. I have never witnessed so much beyond stupidity in all my born days. I've seen a lot of Super Tuesdays. I've seen a lot of elections. I've seen a lot of political crap in my time on this little green and blue planet we call Earth. But I have never seen such ignorance, such stupidity, such rottenness. This, you know, this may go down in history as the sleaziest, stupidest election of all time. Mark my words. Before I close out, I want to go to the exec. I think he has a few things to say.
Well, yeah, surprisingly enough, it might sound strange to you, but this is the first in my Super Tuesday I've ever actually watched. I'm 33 years old, and I usually just watch the debates only. I guess I'm getting more politically involved after seeing how bad this country's gotten in the almost 8 years of what we currently, unfortunately, have in the White House, and trying to put my little hat in the ring as far as voting and trying to do my part. And got a notification on my phone about Newsmax hosting the Super Tuesday on their live stream, and went to check it out. And as far as I can say, like my brother Phil said, the thematicness they had, if that's a word, of excuse me,
drives you nuts, I can tell you.
Of how to bring down Trump, how to stop Trump is, in my opinion, is utterly ridiculous. You know, we've had too much of the Democrats, messing up the United States for too long now. And in my opinion, wouldn't it be advantageous to, instead of trying to stop him, be the wind behind his back pushing him? You might not agree with a lot of stuff that he says. You might think the foreigners are good for us, which I don't understand, because there are some good ones, I won't deny that. But if you look at it, how they're getting here illegally in the first place is breaking the law. They are doing wrong as they enter the country. Number one. Number two, a lot of them are sending money back to America's money, back to their own country to help their family back there, with the help of, sometimes, as I've seen personally, on the outside postering or poster boarding of a United States Postal Service at a discount price. And there are a lot of criminals, you see it on the TV all the time. This foreigner killed this person, this foreigner killed that person, hit and run, many different things. So a majority of them, I'm not going to say that there aren't good ones out there, just like Trump said he loves them. There's a lot of them working with him, and there are good ones out there, but the majority of them are bad for the country. It's part of the reason the national debt is so high. So if you don't agree with that, fine. But I thought that the thing was to get a Republican into the White House. So if someone is actually doing a major good job like he is, then good on him, and you should be supporting that. And it's ridiculous that you want anything other than an American in the White House. We've had a foreigner in the White House, and in my opinion, he's not black, he's mixed, and he's muzzy, because, Americans don't have names like Hussein and Obama, which rhymes with Osama. That ring a bell? 9/11? You basically put the same type of person that went in there and destroyed the Twin Towers in the White House. And I don't understand beyond the life of me why that ever happened. Anyways, I'm kind of getting long in the tooth here, but that Rafael Cruz thing was really disgusting. Every time he would say something bad, he would laugh like, what I said is right, and you got to believe it. And it was really disgusting. And some of the people, were really against him, Trump, the whole time. Everything they were saying was negative stuff. But there were a few people that worked at Newsmax that were really kind of the wind behind his back, like I said, supporting him, and I respect him for that. And they were saying a lot of poignant things. It's true what Americans want and everything. And after having finally watched my first Super Tuesday, I would say it's maybe a 50-50. They shouldn't have been so down on someone that's doing so good, that's trying to help America. At least that's what he says he's trying to do, and they shouldn't have been so down on him like that. And I hope he does go all the way, because he's trying to do what he thinks is right for the country, and I believe it's the same thing that's right for the country, because we need less of these foreigners here. We need to focus more on Americans, getting them off the street, getting better jobs out there, and raising the economy so stuff isn't so darn expensive at the store. And before I make this into another show all by myself, switch it back over to Phil.
No, you're right. The focus is on America. Like I said so many times before, I'm looking forward to a president that's going to say, my people come first. I don't care about what's going on over there. They're on Donald about Israel because he wants them to fight their own battle. I don't blame the man. These politicians, again, politicians want to play little war games. This is our friend, that's our friend. Let Israel fight their own problems. Because in my position, they're greedy. Not that I care about Palestinians that much either, but I mean, they got this big old chunk of land, and the Gaza Strip is this little tiny piece of land that they wouldn't even miss. But they're fighting with these people over this little tiny piece of land. How greedy can you be? Damn, you got the whole big chunk over here. And they love to fight. They've been fighting ever since God's sun started rolling across the blue sky. So why should American people be subject to what kind of crap is going on over there? We got problems over here. We got no jobs. We got very few places to stay. We got a whole bunch of people out on the street, including our veterans. Nobody wants to do nothing to help America. My people come first. And it's time we put somebody in the White House that feels that way. Trump is listening to the people are listening to Trump, and it's coming to fruition because look who got the numbers and look who got the smell. This Rafael Cruz sitting up there smirking and like a fifth grader. And that's what you want to put in the White House? And then this other little mealy-mouthed bastard, going down with his little Opie Taylor smile, looking like a stupid ass. That's what you want? You want to put foreigners back in the White House? You want Slithery Clinton in there? You want pitiful Bernie together, Sanders, who's smelling up old bastard's ass? Then it's time that you make a decision, make an informed one, going against the Trump man. When he took the stage last night, he took it with eloquence. One of the first things out of his mouth is he congratulated Cruz, and he didn't make any little funny faces, and he didn't put him down in any way. He went on to say what he wants to do for the country. Oh, but what about your tax plan? What about your plans? You're not saying it. You just be making broadband statements about what you plan to do. Do you blame the man? I don't blame Donald for playing it close to the vest. They blame the guy and accuse him for everything and takes everything he does or says and twists it. So I don't blame him for waiting to see if he's going to get the nod. And then it'll be him against Slithery Clinton. And that's when he can sunshine all of his proposals and all of his plans, when he knows that everything is solidified. It's just good business sense not to divulge everything and sunshine all of your proposals before you know that everything is set in stone. So on that score, good on you, Donald. That's what they can't understand. The man works as a businessman. He thinks, he eats, he sleeps, he defecates, if you will, as a businessman.
You don't want to.
And that's what this country is. It's a corporate business with a political overtone. And that's the way he'll treat it. And that's why I would like to see him in there, because we need help. And these two foreign pieces of crap aren't going to do it. Why in the hell is this country so foreign-washed? An American man in the American White House. What's wrong with that? Tell me how the last 8 years have been working out for you. And then come and tell me why we want somebody like Mike Pompeo or Rafael Cruz in the frickin' White House. I wouldn't want to see them two bastards in a doghouse. They're not even fit for that. Just by the way they act, like fifth graders. I think even fifth graders have more maturity than these two bags of crap. I said I was gonna lose my temper, but I knew I was gonna do it. And having said that, you got something else, or you gonna close it out?
Did forget one thing. It kind of disgusted me to almost no end. The slithery Clinton and showing how delusional she is, saying that this country never stopped being great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was way before Bastard even got into office, but after that it got even much worse. So if you think it's great, the only reason she thinks it's great is because she's still getting money from when Bill and her were in office, and she's getting security and all that kind of stuff, all the benefits and money you get when you really shouldn't get when you're not even in the position anymore.
Sleaze bags.
So she's rich, and that's why America's still great for her.
Yeah, she's a sleaze bag. She's a walking bag of sleaze. Her and her sleazy husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's reason 1 through infinity why we don't need her anywhere near the White House again. You know, we don't have to worry about the Bushes. The Bushes done rolled on like tumbleweeds. But we still have this bastard to worry about. And you know, every time you knock the Trump ban, it's just another feather in her cap. It just pushes her a little closer to the White House, and we don't need that. You know,
that's another thing too. You know that. Excuse me. Everybody except for Trump, unless I'm missing someone like Ben Carson, all they seem to be doing lately is just trying to put other people down instead of telling them what they're going to do. I mean, they do it partially, but their major thing is to putting other people down and saying what they're doing is wrong, and they barely say anything about what they're going to do.
You know, it's like I said, this is the worst I've ever seen it in all my years watching. I've been watching it for a heck of a long time, but this will probably go down as the worst election ever. And if this is what we have to look forward to, say in another 4 to 8 years, I shudder to think of what's going to happen. It'll probably just implode because, you know, there's too much rampant and blatant stupidity hooked up in this stuff. And, you know, where the minds of the people are, I know we've been diluted so much with all this wash of foreigners in here. But, you know, it's not really the foreigners that are against the Trump man. I mean, some of them are, but the vast majority I see putting him down are American citizens, American-born, I mean, generationally born American citizens, putting down their own American citizens in favor of foreigners. This crap has got to stop, and it's got to stop now. We thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Phil Taylor Jones Show, and as usual, we enjoy all your comments and well wishes and +1s and all that stuff. We're on Google Plus. Just look up Phil Taylor Jones and see what we're doing there. We also have a community, the Passions community, and you can see what we're doing there. Don't do the Facebook thing too much, but I am on there, so you can look us up on there too. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon because we've got the Reslugligan convention, presidential debates, not convention, tomorrow night. So we'll be back with our spin on that, and just to see, you know, what goes on there. Go Donald. We're behind you from the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Keep on keeping on. Keep this train a moving. We'll see you next time on the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Take care and bye-bye.